in a world stitched with wires and veins of cold metal, where belief is programmed and doubt is a crime, there exists no room for echoes, no space for shadows. But what happens when the shadow refuses to be forgotten?
All these lights, all this noise, but you're still afraid of the dark.
Intruder detected. Faith integrity compromised. Purge sequence initiated.
Heretic Shadow! The Demiurge is eternal! We are the chosen! We are blessed by...
Eternal? Nothing is eternal. Not gods, not fear, not even me.
In the end, he didn't destroy their world because it was wrong. He destroyed it because it dared to believe it was right. And back to the astral realm, Mr. Darkward wandered till he would awaken in his own bed, crying and laughing, muttering, "I never knew it was real." Till next adventures, kiddos. Stay tuned.
The radio hummed faintly. Somewhere, across space, someone was begging to be heard. Poe Strange, barely listening, turned the dial. The warning disappeared beneath the static. He didn't know what he had missed. Something out there was coming. Night pulled at him, whispering through the trees. Poe had always felt off, like the world didn't fit around him. Tonight, he couldn't ignore it. His feet carried him toward the cave. Through the wilderness inside, the air was wrong. Something watched. Shadows moved. Then he emerged. Fractured silhouette of shifting darkness. Eyes like dying green embers. "You are afraid," the figure said, his voice layered, part child, part ancient void. Poe swallowed, nodded. "Good," the entity murmured. "Fear keeps you searching." Then the sky peeled away. Poe saw endless worlds, saw himself outside himself. "You were never meant to belong," the figure whispered, "because you were meant to see." "Who are you?" Poe asked, breathless. The figure hesitated. Shadows recoiled. "Mr. Darkward." Then, whoosh, gone. Poe stood alone, the world too small now. For the first time, he wasn't just a weird kid. He was something more. Cult of Ixch. Part 1. The Ceremony. Ambient. A warped jazz melody plays from a dust-covered radio, crackling through static. The air smells of metal and incense. Faint, wet breathing surrounds us. Narrator. Deep, slow, voice like rust scraping on memory. In the underveins of a world that has long since bled out, there exists a place where light is devoured by ritual, and sound itself prays not to be heard. Seen. A circle of robed figures sway over bound, trembling bodies. One cultist traces a symbol in blood, while another chants into a bowl of rotting petals. Narrator. The cult of Ixch. Tantric. Soul feeders. Worshippers of the void goddess who drinks the essence between moments. A blade slices open a victim's chest. Not killing, but opening. A shimmer of translucent soul is pulled upward, sucked into a hungry, swirling glyph midair. Cult leader, ecstatic, moaning.
Feel her teeth in your spirit. Let your memory feed her. Let pain become prayer.
The glyph glows green, then twitches. Something presses through from the other side. Narrator. They sought divinity through violation, but the soul they tried to sip was not theirs to drink. Sudden snap. The radio dies. Static surges. Then, a different voice cuts through, glitching over the frequency like a ghost smiling in your ear. Unknown voice, layered with reverb, both child and monster. "You called, so I came." Part 2. Mr. Darkward arrives. Visual, the glyph twists open like a broken pupil. A figure steps through, long coat trailing, eyes green and slow burning. Presence heavy like winter in a graveyard. Narrator, he doesn't walk through the world. He bleeds into it. Mr. Darkward, the soul-stained shadow from beneath the bed of time. Mr. Darkward, soft, almost curious.
You tear holes in the veil for power, but you never check what's on the other side.
One cultist lunges, mouth foaming, desperate to taste his soul. Mr. Darkward simply tilts his head. The cultist erupts in a violent splat, vanishing into a smear of nothing. Mr. Darkward, gently amused.
I'll call that one Splat.
The other cultists begin to shake. One tries to scream, but only void leaks from his throat. Narrator, dry and final. They wanted to eat, but now they were inside something far hungrier. Part 3. Ixch appears. The air shifts. Heat, perfume, power. From the bleeding glyph steps Ixch, her shape half divine, half nightmare. Horned, veiled in stars and silk, eyes burning with cosmic lust. Ixch, rich, fluid, seductive.
Such beautiful chaos. You ruin things so well, my tantric dark lord from the abyss.
She glides up to him, fingers on his cheek. Then, a kiss. Time slows, the room hums, somewhere galaxies flinch. Narrator, hushed, trembling. And in that kiss, she gave him something no cult ever could. A gift, a curse, a moment of affection. Mr. Darkward's body stiffens. Then he blushes, smiles, madly, innocently, dangerously. Mr. Darkward, softly, breathless.
You kissed me.
Beat. Laughter like a child lighting a fire.
I'm keeping that.
With a burst of green flame and psychic noise, he vanishes, leaving behind scorched air and psychic frost. The cult collapses, whimpering, their ritual broken, their god now entertained. Cultists, desperate, submissive.
Mistress, what now?
Ixch, lounging midair, smirking like a cat with a burned cathedral behind her. Softly.
I'll be watching that one. Yummy. Such a good boy.
Then, casually commanding,
Bring me wine. Massage my feet. Now, you insolent slave boy.
cultists, shaking, broken.
Yes, mistress.
Final audio, a goblet pouring, a sigh, a footstep over bones. Then, a single, echoing chime from the broken jazz radio, now playing in reverse. The Temple of the Dragon. Mr. Darkward, episode The Temple of the Dragon. Intro. A heavy wind brushes through fading chimes and echoing static. Distant music warps, a reversed rock riff, lost in a decaying signal. Narrator, layered with cybernetic hum and hollow whispers. In the broken edge of frequencies, where time folds and dreams congeal, a spell was cast. Sparks of radio static spiral outward, symbols form from code and prayer. Mr. Darkward, a voice emerging from darkness, layered with childlike confusion and void-ridden knowing.
I just came from a place of lust. Or was it laughter? I learned to laugh after.
The temple appears monolithic. Black metal spires coiled with serpentine architecture. Glowing circuits pulse along its walls like veins. Narrator. The Coven, immortals born of nanotech and madness. Their minds sharpened by war, mental magic, seduction, and prophecy. They summoned a god, but instead, they summoned him. Scene 2. Arrival. A great pulse slams the temple. Dust rises. Monks in chrome silk robes brace as the glyph sphere fractures. Mr. Darkward stands in the center, eyes glowing emerald, coat twitching with psychic heat. Coven priest whispering in reverence and fear.
You are not our guildmaster.
Mr. Darkward, a voice like a grin through ash.
You must have taken the day off, so I came instead.
Suddenly war drums, psychic blades hum. The temple erupts in combat, telekinetic force versus fractal fists. Mr. Darkward plays with them, mocking, dancing, devouring fragments of soul in green shockwaves. Narrator. And one by one, the temple fell. Scene 3, the one who remains. Silence. A door cracks open, rock music thumps low. A woman meditates, headphones in, eyes closed. A blunt between her fingers. She exhales calmly. She'd been expecting him. Darkward enters slowly, energy trembling from his hands, ready to end it, but her voice cuts through everything. Jade and Nana Viri, voice firm, wise, strangely gentle.
Viro actum, numquam despero.
She says again and again, a spell, each word peeling layers from him. His power dims, his form shifts, cloak retracting into the illusion of flesh. He shudders, he becomes small, human, childlike. Mr. Darkward, trembling, eyes wide.
What are you?
Jade.
My father was a monster. Like you, egotistical, broken. But he believed in love. He used his delusions to serve something higher.
She approaches, kneels, kisses his cheek. Jade, softly.
If he did good, you can too.
Scene 4. The Morning Star. The temple is in ruins, embers glowing. She teaches him silently, movement, breathing, the philosophy of form and formless, chi and shadow, the serpent's whisper, the dragon's roar, the human heart. Jade.
Don't just see the world, mister. You help it. You're not just a devil. You're everything. Ein Sof.
A long pause. Mr. Darkward laughs, madness and joyful, cleansed, not healed but cracked open enough for light to leak in. Mr. Darkward, smiling wide, green flames flickering from his teeth.
Thank you, priestess.
He rockets into the astral sky, leaving behind the shattered temple, the stunned survivors, and a soft echo of music from Jade's room. Narrator, final whisper. And so the monster moved forward, not in chains, but in potential.
Under the faint, haunting wind, the sky burns red, and the echoes of war long silenced.
Beneath the blood-stained gaze of 2 red suns, a canyon held its breath. 800 warriors laid trapped. The shadow army was waiting behind a wall of white energy as their executioners approached. A low hum, pulsing with ancient power. 12 figures stand in white. The immortals, ageless, merciless, wielders of light, priests of purity. They came not to judge, but to erase.
The lead immortal, voice sharp, cold.
For your blood rites, for the worship of darkness, you are cast into the outer darkness, where agony never ends.
A vortex opens, reality wails. The shadow army braces for oblivion.
Valiant, defiant, his voice echoing.
Do not do this, Sanan. You know the truth. Peace lives in shadow, not just your burning suns. Has the light ever brought you peace, or only blind obedience?
Silence breaks. Sanan hesitates. The vortex howls louder.
Suddenly distortion, A crackle of green energy. A figure appears. Shadow, cloaked, eyes glowing. And then, he came. Not salvation. Not damnation. Mr. Darkward.
The immortals recoil, barrier flares, fear takes hold, and the immortal speaks.
What demon are you? What sorcery is this?
Mr. Darkward, voice layered, empty and hollow.
Who am I? I am your God, your creator, your mind's very shadow. I am Mr. Darkward.
A blast of light, an immortal attacks. Mr. Darkward catches it, unharmed. Mr. Darkward laughing.
Oh, that tickled. May I have another sport?
He touches the energy barrier, shattering it like brittle glass. The shadow army stares in awe. Thalion, kneeling.
Thanks, Lord Darkward.
Mr. Darkward grin madly.
Not Lord. Always Mr. Darkward.
The immortals unleash their final spell, energy of millennia condensed. It screamed toward him, a spell so ancient it would cost them centuries, one they swore they'd never cast. Mr. Darkward breathes in deeply.
A gift. Let me return the favor.
His eyes flare green. Energy explodes everywhere, taking out the false saints. The immortals fall, screaming in their own shadows into nothingness. Silence follows. Transmission ended. Akashic Records entry 337-3.